Well, hello everybody and happy Monday. It is a rainy day here. Can you believe it? After I just said a couple days ago that we hadn't had any rain in 3 weeks, it finally rained today in Chesapeake, Virginia. So I am so excited because my grass is crunchy and brown, except for where I've been watering every day. So now I'm just so excited to see rain. You don't even know. So this is Lisa Freeman from stampingwithlisa.com, and I am going to bring you this tutorial today of this cute little card. And this is using the Quiet Meadows stamp set and also the Butterfly Brilliance stamp set. And there's one more stamp in here from, hold on, let me look, the Welcoming Window stamp set. So let me show you in the catalog where you can get these. And this one is the Butterfly Brilliance, which they make it look really, really small in the catalog, but that's actually closer to the actual size of the butterflies. It comes as one big stamp and then one big die cut. Well, actually two big die cuts. But what I did was I bought two sets, so I left one set whole and one die cut whole so I could do them all at the same time. And then I got another set, cut it apart, and cut the stamp set apart and cut the dies apart. So I have mine separately now. So I probably tend to use this one more than the one that's all together, but it is nice if you want to do a whole bunch of cards at the same time and you can punch them all out at once and stamp them at once. But I tend to use like the same two butterflies, these two, all the time. So I like to just have them separate. And then, so that's on page 106. And then on page 110 is the Quiet Meadow set, which at first I didn't even get because, I mean, it was cute, but it didn't really do much for me. And then I saw all these samples with it and I was like, oh, I got to get that stamp set because I love it. So I bought that one and I really like these words here. I wish they were kind of bigger so you could do like a whole page, but that's okay. We're going to use it as a background stamp. This is another one of my favorite stamp sets. If you've been watching my videos, you know I love this one too. And then, I don't know what page that other one is. What is the name of it? Welcoming Window. This is what it looks like. And it's really cute. And it's one of those distinctive stamp sets. And this is another one that I just didn't really do anything for me until my friend Sandy made a card with it. And I was like, I've got to get the stamp set. So it's funny that sometimes you see stamp sets, you know, it doesn't really do anything for you at first. Then you start seeing samples with them and you just want to get it. And you have to have it. Oh, and also with the dies, so this is what my dies look like now cut apart, and this is my stamp set, just the stamp I used. So I did a direction step by step how to do that, take it apart, if you want to look at that, and you'll have to go back. It was probably about 2 months ago, and it's one of the cards I did with the butterfly stamp set, and I think it says in the description that it has a how-to take it apart. But anyway, we're going to get started. So let me show you the paper products you're going to need. So we've got, I just realized I don't have my computer going to see if anybody's even watching. Hold on. I was so carried away. Let me see. Oh, we got a couple people. Hold on. Let me see. All right. Sharon. Hey, Sharon. I know there's other people watching, but I can't see who they are. All right. So this is the 5.5 by 8.5 Bermuda Bay, 4 by 5 1/4 white, and then I've got 2 scraps of white, one for the butterfly, one for the words, and a piece of 2 1/8 by 7/8 Misty Moonlight. So those are the pieces that you need. So it's a pretty easy project, really. And you know I love this collage stamping. I've done several videos on how to do collage stamping, but basically what you do is you just kind of start with the biggest stamp and work your way down to the smallest stamp, and you just kind of stamp all over and do like first, second, third generation. So you've got some that are dark, some that are light, some that are medium. We're going to start with this piece right here. I got a little spot on it. There we go. And I think I'm going to get a piece of scrap paper so I don't mess up my little pad here. And this is just a really cute little pad that Stampin' Up sells to go with the Stamparatus, but I like to use it for my scrap paper. So there we go. So we're going to start with this one, and I'm going to start with the Sahara Sand. So I've got, 2 stamps that go with this. So one is the words, and I'm going to do those first. And I'm going to stamp off. So I'm going to take the ink pad, ink it up, and then stamp off. And then just kind of try to get it straight. It's hard to get it straight when you can't get your head right over top of the stamp, but I'll try. So stamp it, and then stamp it again, and then stamp it again. So you got kind of light and dark. So this is Sahara Sand, but it's pretty dark even after stamping off of it. So we've got it on here. Maybe let me do one more right here. And at the bottom. Oops, that's really crooked. That's okay. It'll be covered up. All right. So then, oops, we still need this for the bricks. I'm going to do the same thing. This is the one that comes from that welcoming window. So I'm going to stamp those off and just put them all over. So basically you can't see that after the first inking. So we're just going to do stamp, stamp off, and stamp it. Okay. So there we go. We've got the bricks all over, which I love that brick stamp set. I think it's so pretty. All right, so that's it for Sahara Sand. Thanks, Sharon. And then we're going to do the Coastal Cabana. So I've got the flowers from that Quiet Meadow stamp set. And I'm just going to ink that up. And I'm going to do one over here. And then I'm just going to keep going, not re-ink it, and do one kind of down low. And then I think I'm going to re-ink it again and do one stamped off maybe, and do it right here. There we go. All right, so we've got like 3 of those. And then let me clean that off a little bit. And then I've got this little teeny one, but I'm going to save that for in a few minutes. So I've got a lot of stuff with the blue, and this is Misty Moonlight. So for the Misty Moonlight, we're doing, let's do our butterfly first. And I just re-inked this pad. When I did the original card, my Misty Moonlight was really kind of dry, so that's why it's so light on here. So this one's going to be better because I just re-inked it. So stamp your butterfly. And then while I had the butterfly kind of semi-wet a little bit, I took the Wink of Stella and got too much stuff here. I took the Wink of Stella. I like to just put a little bit of, like, squirt a little bit out, a little drop, and then just kind of color with that. So I'm going to color the whole butterfly with the Wink of Stella. And it kind of blurs the ink a little bit, which I think is really pretty. And if you get it, the sooner you get it after you stamp it, the better it's going to kind of blur out. And then I let it dry for a minute, and I'm going to sponge it with the, blend it with the brush. All right, so I'm going to take my dark blue again, the Misty Moonlight, and stamp this flower all over. So I'm going to start just where there's bare spots and do a couple different ones. And it doesn't matter if you overlap. Let me do one more over here, kind of light. All right, so there we go with the flowers. Then I'm going to take the, I kind of want one right, no, I guess that's enough. I will put the butterfly right there. All right, so then clean that, and then I've got the words, and I've got a little trick to do these words today. So we're going to do them like right here on this piece of scrap paper. Oh, this kind of got blurry. Oh well, we're going to have to use that because I didn't bring another piece of scrap, did I? Maybe, maybe not. Hold on. I got another one right here. All right, we're going to try it one more time. I pressed too hard on that, so it kind of got a little fuzzy at the end. All right, that's okay, but it's crooked, but that's going to work. All right, so what I've got is the rectangle postage stamp punch, and I want just to use half of this, so I'm going to put it in here, and I just want to go right to, well, you know what, I cut the paper too small. Hold on. I got a trick for that too. So if you ever cut your paper too small where it's hard to get in the punch, cut a little, or just take a little scrap of anything and make a little handle, and there you go. So now you can hold it while you do the punch. And oops, I put it too far over. Okay, let's try it one more time. Take 15. All right, so we're gonna put it in here, and it's still, let me cut this a little bit more. Okay, let's see if that'll work. All right, so I only wanted to use half of this punch, so because I want the words to be kind of skinny. So you see where this line is right there? It shows you exactly where to line up the middle. So I'm just gonna put this right in the center and punch it. I need to go a little bit more over. And that looks, oops, a little crooked. Hold on. Well, because my words are crooked. It helps if you stamp straight, Lisa. Okay. Our words are going to be just a little bit crooked, but that's all right. Nobody's perfect, and especially not me. All right, so let's go back and finish. That's going to bug me, though, that that's crooked. You know what? I have one that's already done that's straight. So there we go. All right, and I went ahead and punched this butterfly out ahead of time after I sponged it. So let me show you how to sponge it real quick with the blending brush. I just got that in the ink. Okay, so take this, stamp it on your scrap paper, and then just cover this with the Coastal Cabana. And it just gives it a really soft, gorgeous look. I'll hold it up to the camera in just a sec. So look at that. Isn't that pretty? I think I'm gonna put a little bit more. I think it's just lovely. So lovely. All right. So there we go. All right, one more thing to do, and that is some little speckles that come in the stamp set, the same one, the Quiet Meadow. So we're gonna take that and we're just gonna stamp off and then just put a little bit of the speckles in here. So just kind of wherever you want, a little pop of color. And there you go. I can never have enough of these. Okay, oops, I forgot to do something else. Hold on, hold the phone. All right, so now, let me put this away so I don't mess it up and get the wrong one. Hey, Susan. All right, so we've got the Coastal Cabana again. So what I'm gonna do is sponge this whole entire thing, not sponge. I don't know why I just still call it sponging, but it's blending. So we're just gonna put some Coastal Cabana all over. And just give it some really pretty pops of color. And I think that just really makes a difference having this blending brush, because it comes out just so smooth. It's so pretty. I just love it. Let's do the flower a little bit. I think I need to ink this pad, re-ink this pad, because it's getting a little bit dry. All right, so that's good. So now we've got the sponging all over that. Oh, and I wanted to show you the butterfly too. So see how that is? You can see the sparkle on there, and you can see the sponging or the blending. I think that just is such a pretty color combo. All right, so I went ahead and die cut this ahead of time. So you just put this die right on top of your butterfly, and I have washi tape that I always use to hold stuff down with. So run it through, and voila, it pops out like this. And then what I like to do is just kind of fold it in the middle, and then take the bone folder and kind of curve the wings a little bit like that, and then they look like they're popping up off the page. So we're going to put all of this together, get all my junk out of the way. So first thing we're going to do is just glue this piece down with some of my green glue. Oh, I know what I forgot, this little teeny flower. Hold up, let's do that real quick. All right, we do need a little bit more pop on here. Oops, it's upside down. Good thing the flower doesn't have to be the right way. All right, so anywhere you have a little bare spot, just pop one of those little flowers in there. That is so cute. I love it, love it. All right, so then we're gonna glue it down. And It looks so pretty. I love the stamp set. All right, then we're gonna put our words together. Oh shoot, I forgot to sponge the words. Hold on. Let's get that ink out one more time. Maybe I got enough left on here. And I have a little bit of a smudge on there, so I might need to put a couple speckles or something on this one, just so you don't see that. Well, no, you can't see it anymore, really. All right, so we got everything sponged now, I hope. And then we're gonna glue this down. That's where I messed up on the other side. I don't know why I had such a hard time with those words. I just keep pressing. I kept pressing on the right side too much for some reason. All right, so there you go with half of your rectangle stamp. Oh, and I wanted to show you one little thing too. So I cut this, I like to do things in quarters most of the time, but this one, the rectangle postage stamp punch, it comes out really in eighths. So if you want to have a layer that's 1/4 of an inch bigger, what you need to do is measure it. So the postage stamp comes out to like 1 7/8 almost. A little bit more than that, maybe like almost 2 inches, but not quite. So when I did 2 1/4 inches for a layer, it was just too much. So I cut it down to 2 1/8. So if you look on your ruler, you've got 2 and 3. The half is in the middle, the 1/4 is right here, and the 1/8 is that one. So your first little mark is 16ths, and then the next one is 8ths. So a 2 1/8 would be right there. Okay, so I cut it 2 1/8 and then by 7/8, which is the mark one, the bigger mark before the 1 inch. So I used to be a math teacher, so I'm really good at fractions, but I thought some of you guys might not be good at fractions and need a little help with that. So, all right, we're gonna put some dimensionals on the back of our butterfly and our words. And today I didn't cut mine in half, so I'm actually using a whole dimensional. I know my customers would be flipping out, fainting. Oh my God, Lacey used a whole dimensional. What's wrong with her? Oh, okay, there we go. And then we're gonna put the dimensional right in the center for that one and put the butterfly wherever you want. If you messed up anywhere, you could always hide your mess up with that. And then I wanted to put some pearls on here. So, you know how I love my shaded spruce that I always grab by mistake. Well, now it's my favorite color to use for doing pearls. So I took the light shaded spruce and I colored the pearls with that. So I'm going to take 3 big ones. Let me get my take your pick tool. So take the pearls and just put them on the butterfly. This is the medium size pearls. And then I'm going to use some smaller ones to go around the edge. Well, not the edge, but you know, all over the paper. So let's just put one right here. And let's see. Let's do one right in the center of that flower. And then one on the words. All right, so there we go. So here's our original one on the left. The one we did today on the right. You can tell a huge difference in re-inking the stamp. So, I mean, re-inking the ink pad. So if your stamps ever get looking like that, make sure you get some refill and just ink them up again. And it makes a huge difference in the quality of your stamps. I just realized this thing is so crooked on here. What is up with that? Man, sorry. I hate to have y'all crooked the whole entire time. Okay. Now we're almost done. All right, if you want to order anything, you can always go right here, stampingwithlisa.com. Here's my host code for May. And also, if you're watching on this Facebook channel, on the Facebook Live or YouTube, all you have to do to win one of these cards, I'll be giving one away, is leave a comment, a nice comment, either on here or YouTube. And also, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. And thank you so much for joining me tonight, to those of you that came. And I hope you guys have a great week. And hopefully I'll be back in about 2 days with another video. All right, see you soon. Bye-bye.